The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Ooh.
Good morning. You seem fresher today, Ash.
Yeah, I had a better sleep.
Oh,
Yeah, heaps better sleep.
did you go to bed at 8? If I go to bed at 8, I'm like, yep.
Yeah, probably
Victory.
did. Yeah, and probably asleep by 8.
Oh,
I reckon.
Mind you, it takes me like 10 seconds after I've laid my head down. I am gone.
Oh, I'm one way or the
Respect.
other. I can lie down and then I go like that, or then I go, oh no,
Doot, doot,
it's going to be one of those
doot,
nights.
doot, doot. What about you, Lutz? You look all right.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah?
Just cruising along.
Oh, that's good.
know.
That's good.
You've brought some family in this morning,
I
Nikki.
have. I've imported some Canadians. So I've got my niece Charlotte and her boyfriend Taylor. They're sitting in the booth right now watching on.
So Taylor's Canadian.
He's Canadian. He's an ice hockey player.
Was he?
Yeah. He just got a big fat scholarship. Cool. Americans are stealing him. So, yeah.
pretty
Well,
cool.
so you
Canada
went to school in
started ice
Canada,
hockey,
you
didn't
live
they?
in Canada, but your scholarship to play ice hockey is with an American university.
We can't talk back to you, mate.
Yeah, no, he's
Rock on.
nodding.
I'm
He's
communicating
nodding.
with him just fine, thank you.
Yeah, but the radio.
Is that right?
The audience.
So while he's doing that, I plan on stealing my Canadian niece and her doing uni on the Sunshine Coast.
You know,
Well,
you know,
she's
I
a
was-
spitting image of you, I've got to say.
Oh, and she's
Oh, my
mad like me
God.
too.
She
She
mad?
can fill air. I'll tell you what, she could have a career in radio because getting her to shut up,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen. It just goes.
What was funny is when I remember seeing the video now when they arrived at the airport and you were like greeting them like a lunatic
Yeah.
at the international airport and you hugged your niece and then I just presumed you were yelling out to the next dude. I thought you must know this guy. And then he goes, "Hey, Nikki."
Nice to meet
And you
you.
went, "Nice to meet you." I was like, you never met this dude?
No.
Yeah. And he was like, already, "Hey, Nikki."
Heard all about you.
I think because he knew that I'm
Yes.
just like Charlotte, just an older version. So he's like, oh man, there's two of them.
he knows you already.
They're multiplying.
Yes. Oh, there's lots
Anyway,
of us.
Glad to have them in the house.
It's going to be it's a full show today.
Is
we
it?
got Paddy coming in.
Do we?
Mr. Carrigan, I believe. Look, he's
Is he-
on the board.
Is he on today?
He's on the board.
Yep.
He's coming in. I said to Charlotte, are we going to meet like a superstar of football? And he goes all right to look at too. She said, okay, I'll brush my hair.
Don't say that in front of a boy.
Yeah.
He's right there.
Oh, he was part of the conversation.
Oh, right, there you go.
This is the thing. He's used to us.
I mean, he might see Paddy and go, "Oh, I want to brush his hair." You know, like
Oh,
What do you
yeah,
say?
What are you going to turn him?
maybe. I mean, look at Paddy. We got a poster
gonna turn
and a
him.
core flute sign of
So
him in there.
ice hockey player from Canada, mate.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the two of them, you know, they're like, hey, they're both handsome
both
men.
attractive
That's
men.
what I'm saying. That's all
I
I'm
will
saying.
say that.
Yeah.
They'd be a
give you that
beautiful
much.
couple.
Absolutely.
I
They
say that.
would be.
Yes.
Oh, look,
a
it's all
glamour
set.
couple. a glamour couple.
Paddy Carrigan is too pretty to be in football. May God protect his face.
They can have that conversation because Paddy lives on the coast, doesn't he? So it's like, if they got engaged, you know, like, where are you going to live? Where are you going to live? We'll either surf or ski. We'll surf or ski. You know, like, I don't know. We'll surf or ski.
Actually, this is a good plan. Let's just hook up Taylor with Paddy Carrigan, and then Charlotte, you don't have to do anything. You can just come and do chai lattes with me. What a good plan! I like this.
Yeah, no, she didn't like that plan.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Nikki's News.
All right, the news that has been happening over the night and on the Googles. The Menendez brothers are a huge step closer to freedom as judge reduces sentences. The brothers, convicted of their parents' 1989 murders, have been resentenced to 50 years to life, making them immediately parole eligible. The judge's decision means they are immediately eligible for parole under California's youthful offender law because of their young ages at the time of the murders. Soon they will appear before the parole board, which will decide whether or not they should be released. Now, you're across this, aren't you, Luttsy?
Well, I've seen there's a movie and there's also a doco.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember back. I remember thinking in the doco, in the movie rather, like it's like,
Do they come across as evil kids?
in the real one,
Didn't they try and pin that the dad was like... I remember I watched it and I came away, I thought they were guilty, but I can't remember why.
Yeah, I
if
know.
I'm being
trying to
honest.
remember.
Like,
I remember thinking
I don't remember the details.
in the real doco, it's like because you watch the movie, you think, oh, there's acting here. So I don't know whether these actors are doing, and then you watch the doco and you think, okay, I sort of they did it, but I think I went away thinking, the circumstances.
There might have
around
been
the background of it
because they
couldn't have acted that well.
Yes.
For some shit not to be going on in the background.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
That's
okay.
what it was.
Dad wasn't a real nice person.
No, yeah, well, that's a way
He
of
was.
putting it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
Some stuff.
social
stuff.
justice.
Yeah,
you
so
think?
it was a bit of that.
Yeah.
And
it could have been justified.
yeah, because in the doco you went, okay, these kids in inverted commas can't act that well.
Yeah,
You
gotcha.
couldn't act that well. Like that was real.
Okay. Bit like Charlize Theron and all of that. Have you?
Which one? What?
Monster, that movie.
Monster.
Yeah, no.
What?
That because her dad was killed and
Really?
her
Real life?
mum was pinned with it, I think. But the rumor is that Charlize did it and the mum covered for it.
Come on, I'm not.
I'm just throwing it out there. Look, this is not true.
Allegedly, not true.
No,
Not true.
allegedly.
Not Charlize.
Allegation from
My
Nikki
Charlize.
Osborne.
This is not a fact. This
Not
is
my
just on the
Charlize.
rumor mill.
I'll help you out, Nikki.
Yes.
Maybe go on.
Cheers. DoorDash delivery driver has pled guilty to stealing $2.5 million in a delivery scam. A driver from San Jose in the US was allegedly planning to get the company to pay for deliveries that never occurred. Prosecutors said Devagiri used customer accounts to place high-value orders and then used an employee's credential to gain access to DoorDash software and manually reassign the orders to driver accounts that he and others had controlled. This is a long story.
Well, this is sinister. I thought you were going to say. I thought it was going to be one of those ones where
I thought he was stealing Uber Eats.
They found him knocking off spring rolls.
Oh, that'd be
they've
worse.
seen- you know what I mean? No, you can't tell me that doesn't go on. Although I got Guzman last night
Yeah, did you get
delivered.
it all?
Yeah, it was all and taped up, like triple taped up.
Yeah. I got groceries yesterday. I ordered 3 lemons, only 2 arrived.
That's outrageous.
You tell me what's going on.
Tell me what's going on.
I would much rather them steal $2.5 million of DoorDash's money than miss a couple of chips. I want every chip.
Or a lemon.
I saw one social media. It has to be BS but he reckons that he's one of those drivers. 99.99. I'm sure doing the right thing, but he reckons
Bowie.
this is how I get this. Bowie, yes, does a great job
Never
out
steals
there.
nothing.
But that he would get they'd order a pizza from a proper pizza restaurant, and he'd replace it with some McCain's deal from his.
Oh, no.
And then keep them. And he goes, everyone goes home happy. You know?
And,
It's kind of pointless.
and that's Nikki's news.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
I walked into the kitchen today. I came along the plankway and I could see someone in the darkness, and I was like, "Who the bloody hell is that? It's not Nikki." I said, "Hi, I'm Charlotte." I'm like, "Whoa, what are you doing here, Charlotte?" And this is my boyfriend Taylor, and then
No.
Charlotte is your. You explained that Nikki is your auntie.
Yeah, but
Yes.
I said that first.
No, I know you. That's what I was like. You're out of the gates, like introducing yourself and. I
You
was,
just go, hey, I'm Charlotte, and just walk away. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
I've dragged
just
them
a
into
random.
this enormous building.
Yeah.
They don't know where they are. A lot of it, the lights are still off. And then I'm like, I have to pee. I'm sorry, I have to go to the toilet. They're like, do we just loiter here? I'm like, yeah, you'll be fine. No one will be here. And in the moment that I am peeing, that's when everyone,
ran into each other.
But you said he's a good guy. He's the right guy to run into.
Yeah, because he's super friendly, and he would probably think you work here because he forgets everybody. He's like Dory.
He just think you're someone from sales.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask
Morning,
you to fix my
Margaret.
computer. I was going to say, mate, do you know what my password is?
It's funny because it's true.
So, but Charlotte, you're from where originally?
Canada.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're Canadian.
Yeah.
So, Nikki, your sister moved to Canada, did she? Look,
Yeah, she met a bloody DJ and ran off.
We've all
into
done
the-
it.
Yeah.
What, ran off to where? Quebec?
No, British Columbia in a very small ski town called Fernie. Mind you, it's getting all trendy like Banff now. So they're getting, it's getting a bit bougie. Like, who was there? Were you working in the kitchen of the Northern when David Beckham was there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had no idea who he was.
No. So
No,
David
not a
Beckham's
clue.
in the house and all the male chefs are just losing their faculties.
Why just the male chefs?
Well,
'cause that-
everybody was losing it. I only knew
Why
it
did you
because
just say the male
he's married
chefs?
to a
because
Spice Girl.
they
Was it Mardi Gras or something?
yeah,
Yeah.
because he's married to a Spice Girl. There you go.
Oh,
That's how I knew him.
that doesn't make sense either. Why
No,
are
the
the male
girls-
Oh, let's
chefs
not
losing
focus.
their shit because of the Spice
Look,
Girls?
stop finding holes in my
I
story.
got to go for me if I want to be my lover. Anyway, yeah, good.
Anyway,
So
it's really nice to have. You got to really lean into the mic too, Charlotte, so we can hear you proper.
Yeah, see, I was expecting an Aussie because it's a cousin.
Yeah.
But you're not.
niece.
You're
Yeah.
Canadian.
No, it's
Unfortunately.
So you don't have an Australian passport?
No, I do.
You do?
I've got dual citizenship.
Dual.
Oh, do you?
Dual.
yeah,
Okay.
dual. Yeah.
Who's your favourite sports person ever? Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, he'd be Wayne Gretzky because he's a hockey
Yeah,
player.
you're a hockey
Yeah,
player.
probably. Gretzky, or I also like Jordan Spieth in golf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big golfer too.
I
So.
hate golf.
Justin Bieber. Who are the other big ones? Nickelback liked in. Are they liked over there? Let's
they
settle this
are.
once and for all. Are you Nickelback fans?
Yes.
No, say no.
Charlotte's saying
no.
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 You don't like
let the guys,
Pens.
let the boys speak.
No,
He likes
don't let the
Nickelback.
boys
I feel
speak.
like you're setting him up for a fall.
I'm not, because I think Nickelback are kind of getting cool.
No, they're
I
not.
think they're decent.
Oh, what?
I don't-
There you go.
Yes.
Look at Charlotte's face. She's outraged.
No, you can't classify that as music.
Yeah.
That's just.
And the lyrics.
Okay, so Charlotte disagrees. What else do I know? Yeah, I sat on the back of a truck once with some Canadians in Banff, and they were going, "You got to listen to the Tragically Hip." They're like our
Every
powder,
Canadian
They're
talks
like
about
our
the
powder finger kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that they're the real deal? The
they're the
Tragically
real-
Hip.
yeah.
What's
they're
their
the
number
real
one
deal.
song? What's the everyone? Because you're right, Luttsy.
They've been
Every
around for a long
Canadian you
time.
runs into talks
The
about
Tragically Hip.
yeah.
Ahead by a Century is their most popular song.
Ahead by a century.
That's what it's
Have
called.
we got that?
Bob
Mitch?
Cajun is their best song.
Bob
I would
Cajun.
say.
Check Adelaide. They have the weird shit. You know that.
Well, what about Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy?
Great song.
That was my favorite song when I was like 3 years old. I'd walk around
What?
the house singing that
It's
song.
such a good song. It's
that
funny
Canadian?
that you were singing it. Save a Horse,
you
Ride a
wouldn't guess
Cowboy.
that.
What do you know about Australian music? Like when we go, okay, who are the best Australian bands?
All I really know is Men at Work Down Under.
Down under, really?
That's a good
But
start.
actually, what was
Midnight
the song?
Oil.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, yeah.
That's what they
There you
missed
go.
it.
Yeah.
Was that the song I knew the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
No,
one?
that-
Blue Sky Mine.
Blue Sky Mining
Beds are burning?
Company.
Beds are burning.
The beds are burning.
That's right.
No,
What about
nothing
Jet?
like that.
Did you ever hear of Jet?
No, see, they never got to
Are you
that.
gonna be my girl? Do 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 do.
Oh,
do,
yeah.
Oh yeah, you know
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Maybe.
Poppy, Nikki's dad, my grandpa, has given me lots of music. He
Yeah.
wrote it all down on blank paper. It's a playlist that's 43 hours long with all of his songs.
43
Oh, really?
hours?
Yeah.
I'll bet you there'll be some good stuff in that.
Oh,
too.
there's
Don't
some
you
great
discount
stuff.
it?
Oh,
Don't
John-
you discount it? 'cause
John
it comes-
Fogerty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Beatles, the Cockroaches, the Monkeys.
Maybe a bit
Queen.
of Akadaka.
Yes, AC/DC.
You know that's
AC/DC.
Australian.
Oh,
Taylor,
yeah.
you know that?
Yeah, I know.
AC/DC.
Yeah, AC/DC, they're awesome.
Don't
Yeah,
discount us, mate. We swing above our weight, us Aussies.
yeah not
Obviously.
Canadians.
Oh, I think the Aussies have got better music than Canada does. I mean, we've really only got the Tragically Hip, and then that's it. That's the
We
best
can't
that
even
it gets.
find it. Mitch has been looking for it for the last
Nothing.
3
We got-
minutes.
Yeah, but
Nothing.
you've
Dylan,
made up
let's
for
get
it
some
with
Tragically
Ryan
Hip off.
Reynolds. You've got Ryan Reynolds.
That's true. Yeah.
Does
Oh,
he
yeah.
really carry his weight that much?
Oh,
We get a lot of him down here with that whole stuff happening. Is that him? Yeah, over,
with
over
Blake-
in England with Wrexham.
Oh, with Wrexham, yes. I thought you were going
The
to talk
soccer
about
team, you
Blake
know.
Lively and the Justin
Oh,
Baldoni.
don't bring her up. please.
Oh, not Blake Lively fans.
No, we're just everyone's in different camps. We don't know if she's. It's a he says she says
We don't
scenario.
Right.
Charlotte's a Blake Lively person.
No.
Anyway, good chat. Anyway, that's great.
Yeah, lovely to meet you. Enjoy your whatever this is, work experience tour or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
Come to work with Nikki Day
Yeah.
with Auntie Nikki.
Yeah, well, it keeps raining, so I said you might as well come into work. And they're like, okay,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
enjoying it so far. It's good.
yeah. Now
It's
you can have
interesting.
some free Aldi snacks and go and sit and watch the rest of it.
Sounds
Yeah,
like a
that
good
sounds
plan.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Many moons ago. Geez, it must have been not long after I met Ash.
Full moons or flower moons?
Oh, like several hundred flower moons ago.
Okay, yep.
For some reason,
Many more full moons.
yeah, many more. I'm not sure
Yes.
which one there's more
Many
of,
more
to be
full
honest.
moons,
But
yeah.
Well, it's only one flower moon a year, so
Yeah, well, there are
Okay.
many
20
more.
flower moons ago.
well, this would be 30 years ago almost.
30 flower moons ago.
Yeah, so 30 flower moons ago. I can't remember why. We must have been out in the town in Brisbane, and for some reason I ended up back at I think it was your mum's house or something in Brisbane. You had some sort of house up on the the hill on the Gregory Terrace.
Yeah, yeah.
And I obviously didn't sleep with him. We've never had that relationship.
We have slept together.
We've slept
before.
together.
Yes. What are you
I'm
talking
just
about?
saying.
What's he talking
Early
about?
on,
Nikki?
well, on this
You were being
occasion,
lonely at some point.
Yeah.
on this occasion, he put me in a spare room, and
So you're going to say put you in a spoon?
well, he may have done that. It was a big night.
Yes.
But I remember this big framed Australian jersey
Yeah.
in the hallway, and I'm going to have a look at that, and it's like Ashley Bradnam. And I'm like, where did he play for Australia? And then I think the next morning I asked you, and you had played for the Australian Universities team.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you toured New Zealand. And played with a bunch of guys that we still know.
Trad
Trad
McLean.
McLean, who's the media guy for the Mighty Dolphins. Another great friend of ours, Jody Barlow,
JB.
was in the team. Who
Yeah.
was anyone
Oh,
else?
there was
a whole heap of guys.
A whole heap of Dumper McGann.
Dumper McGann, who's now, geez, I heard about him the other day. He's now coaching somewhere locally, I believe.
Well, he was coaching the Melbourne Rebels.
Yeah.
For a while.
He's coaching, I've forgotten now. Anyway.
Now, without digressing too
yes.
far, so football was like your thing? Like that was the big dream before radio? Or did you always want to get into
No,
radio?
I wanted to be a footy player. I was never,
Football
I
was before radio.
I was never good enough. But what happened for me was I was never good enough to play football, but that was what I wanted to do.
Okay.
But then I got to do the sideline commentary for the football for Ray Hadley and as part of the continuous call team. So I
Okay.
went from that to that, and I was like, oh, well,
This is sweet. I get
this
to
is unreal.
watch.
Yeah.
I get to
Yeah.
keep my knees and my head.
Yes,
Yeah, but he did play. Played A grade for North Devils, where I went to dinner with Mum last night. That club there, so he's renowned around
So you're being
around the
very
traps.
modest, Ashley.
And that was 30 years ago. I think to the year 30 years ago that he was in that Australian Universities team. So anyway, cut to this week.
It is. No,
It's 30
Yeah,
years.
it was 30 years
I'm
ago,
told.
95. Yeah.
Jody Barlow, who was
Yes.
in that team, is now the coach of the Queensland Universities team. Who are
Yeah.
taking on the Blues in Sydney at North Sydney Oval this weekend. And Ash Bradnam has been called up as assistant coach.
Well, yeah.
That's what JB said
Well,
to me. Along with the great
You've
Ian
got all
Tosser
the training
Turner.
schedules.
yeah,
I've seen this.
Yeah, this week.
He's assistant coach of the Queensland Universities team, 30 years almost to the
Yeah.
day that he played in the Queensland and Australian
with JB.
Universities team with
Yeah.
JB.
I'm meeting the team this morning out at Devs, actually. That's why I'm going to be leaving here early.
They go
I'm
into
just letting
camp?
You guys know now.
They go into camp at
Going
Bishop
into
Park
camp.
this morning,
Yep.
and they take on the Blues when at North Sydney Oval.
North Sydney Oval on Sunday afternoon. And I can't wait. I'm so excited to meet the team, and JB's going to be coaching. I'm going to be running the water. Like Alfie.
Oh, like
Right.
Alfie.
Are you going to wet the ball and do all that?
Oh, I was saying that to Luttsy yesterday. I was going, oh, maybe I'll put a little bit of dishwashing liquid in the old. when you know. But,
That's pretty cool, though. So
I'm
you
pretty
get,
excited
you get all
about
the
it.
kit. JB said you're assistant coach.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to be saying whatever JB tells me to say, but I'm going out there this morning and look at this. Look, I've got the sheet here. I'm studying it like the core. I've been looking up all of the plays. Here's all the team structures
I know you've coached before.
that he's got.
On a junior level,
junior
you've coached,
level,
but
yeah.
this is the senior
Yeah,
stuff.
this
Like,
is gonna
be
be
careful
fun.
it doesn't get away from you, because what can happen? Like, I remember when Ben Teo was coaching out at Nudgy, and I was assistant coach for him in the seconds.
Yeah.
And my job was just to run the water and shut the hell up.
Yeah.
I couldn't help it.
know,
You can't help it. Like, I remember they came off. We got beaten by Terrace. It was a horrible day. Paddy Carrigan would have loved it.
And you had your opinion.
And I started some sort of like post game like Pep's speech where I'm
That's
like, come on,
hilarious.
let's get together and do the war cry. And the players just went, no, we don't do that, mate, post game. Like, shut up. Like, it was the most embarrassing thing in front of the whole crowd. They just shut me down. So don't be that guy at North Sydney Oval. I don't.
You know what I'm
you're gonna be
really
in the
worried
sheds.
about?
JB will be giving a big speech. He's a big speech guy,
he
and
is.
you're going to want to chime in
Yeah.
pre-game in the sheds at
I
North
will.
Sydney Oval.
I
You're
will.
going to smell the liniment. It's all going to come back to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to win so bad. I just want to win so bad.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Somebody was talking to me yesterday about the Story Bridge.
Yeah, you mentioned this.
Yeah.
That it's in a bit of disrepair.
Yeah, and that there could be a toll to go over the Story
Could
Bridge.
you imagine? Everyone who uses the Story Bridge every day. Imagine if that became
I'm one of them. I go over the Story Bridge every day.
And Mitch, you do too, don't you?
Yep, sure
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, it's a weird one. They're saying like 350 million just to get it back because of disrepair over the years, obviously.
They're saying the bridge it's 85 years old.
Yeah.
and that it's disintegrating at a rate that it won't be safe for vehicles or pedestrians within the next 20 years.
Yeah, that's not far away.
But if nothing's done in the near future, it could be restricted even earlier and affect Brisbane 2032.
Well, of course.
As well.
Well, you look at the options, like what are they? They don't knock it down. So if they're going to knock it down, that means not going to build a new one because that'd cost even more. So you just have nothing from across Kangaroo to Kangaroo Point. Like it smells a little bit like political play here. I can see what the
neither the
government's
federal
doing.
or the state government have come on board yet to offer any help.
Yeah.
And if the Brisbane City Council has to pay, a levy or a toll might be put in place. But, geez.
Oh, we can't have that. You can't have that. We've just got to find it.
I think back in the day there was a toll, but it was like back in 1947.
Yeah,
like
and then it was in the late 30s, I think, even, wasn't it? Or, and the council, I think, stopped that at that point.
Well, they haven't stopped it on the gateway.
Yeah. No, but at least the gateways, like the gateway's never been free.
No,
like I can remember when
not.
it first started, that you used to have to throw the coins into the little bucket.
Yeah, remember that?
And then they used to have people that would work in the tolls as well. Like if you didn't have the change, you'd have to line up at a different place to get in.
And then you'd miss the bucket sometimes. You get out of your car and get the coins and put it back.
Do the walk of shame.
But if it's been, and everyone would be honking the horn. But if it's been 80 years and all of a sudden you're going to start paying, like I'd be filthy.
It's like when they bring in
filthy.
when you have to pay for parking at a beach that's never had paid parking, and everyone just gets cranky.
Sydney Harbour Bridge, there's tolls there, but has it always been?
I don't know. I would think so, like that there has been, but I don't know. I know there is a toll at the Harbour Bridge, but that'd just suck.
The last thing we want is for them to do the sums on how much money they will bring in if they put a toll, because then it becomes a cash cow and then it never ends. Like in Melbourne, they never got a rail link from the airport to the city because they found out, like, company interest, corporate interest. They were making so much money from the parking.
Yeah.
That it's just poor business to put a train in.
Yeah, and that overrides just the city or the
It
evolution of
stuffs
the
it
city.
up, yeah. So we just don't want them to do the sums. Go, well, hang on, that's a lot of money for the council, and then
I wonder what the toll would be on the Story Bridge, and then I wonder what people would do, because you'd have other options to get across the river.
Well,
like
it'd change the whole landscape of traffic because if you look at the Clem 7, like it's less populated than other areas. Like it's never busy in the Clem 7, is it? So not as many people take the Clem 7 as other areas if you can.
Yeah.
So the answer is less people. People would be going, okay, how do we take the ICB, we got the long way around to the Riverway Expressway and go across the Captain
Either way,
Cook
it's
Bridge.
money.
Yeah. Well,
Like
that's ICB's a toll as well. So
is Clem 7?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're right. So the only way you could avoid getting a toll would be to
doing the rat
go
run.
through the CBD.
Yeah.
and get on the Captain Cook,
Yeah.
which would create an absolute shite fight.
Because
as well.
a lot of people would be doing that. So not only would
It'd
you
be
be going
chaos.
through the CBD, there'd be no, we can't have this.
That'd create
Can't have
chaos.
it.
That would
You gotta-
create chaos.
It would.
You know what? A friend of mine, he has a piling contracting company. So his dad built the Gateway Bridge, and he now builds bridges.
He's not Hilschnegger. Whoever knows.
It's
No,
not
not
Sir Leo
Hilschneiger.
Hilschneiger.
No, his name is Greg Capehorn.
Great Pat
And
Capehorn.
I might chat to him and find out what the dealio is, because no doubt he will have been
With what?
consulting
With
the rebuild of the bridge.
Yeah.
Because he knows how to do it.
Well, the answer is fix it. I mean, it's
Yeah, but I want to know how much it'd cost. I'm going to
Yeah.
get some numbers from him.
Well, I think Shrindog, he's throwing it out there, going, state and federals come on board.
Yeah. I don't want there to be a toll. Come on.
Well, it's gonna impact
it would be
you,
a
though.
nightmare.
It would every day.
And they already get the money off that bloody speed camera there.
They do.
Yeah.
That's like
That's
the number one.
a dangerous speed camera.
There's
there.
been reports over the years that's the number one money earner.
Yeah.
So what you do is you take the money from that.
And
build
put it in this bridge.
Build a bloody bridge.
Everyone just speed past that camera.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Online Osborne.
Speaking of busy women, I've been one. I've been online, if you call that busy, or if you call that just ignoring your family responsibilities when you get home.
That's busy these days, online.
Yeah, well, you have to stay across it. We have to stay across it.
Yes.
One thing I'm going to get out of the way, because I wanted to talk about this, it's not an online trend, but the Cannes Film Festival, they have banned nudity on the red carpet.
No flashing.
No, you can't be naked. I think after Bianca Censori went full nudie
full
run,
naked, yeah, right.
they went, okay, we might have to actually tell people that you shouldn't really be nude on the carpet. I think you can still flash nipple because that's been trending for a long time.
So nipples, okay.
I think nipples are okay, but you can't have a long train anymore on your dress. If your dress is so long that your helpers are in the way of other people on the red carpet, you're not allowed on the red carpet.
Hello.
That does happen.
I'm just looking at a picture of Heidi Klum.
Well, there you go, case in point.
Well, she went and broke the rules, but she's Heidi Klum, isn't she?
Yeah.
I reckon they're just saying, you know, the B-listers, the ones who have got like a kind of artistic short film in the festival, they can't
You're not
dress up.
important enough to have a train.
Pretty
sweetheart.
much, yes. But if you're A-list like Heidi Klum, then you know what? You can have a train. But she's not stopping anyone there.
Yeah, when she hits the steps, she is. You do see it become
It's true.
cumbersome.
It's the steps is the biggest issue because it stops traffic. So anyway, that's going on. Meanwhile, let's talk about what's trending online. Have we all seen the AI babies
Yeah, yeah.
doing
Yes.
interviews? That's old news. That's been a week, so that's over.
Yeah, right. That's crazy. 1 week, that's come and gone.
Yeah, I know. All of a sudden, it's old news. So don't do it because then,
Nah.
you're just washed up.
Yeah.
That train has left the station.
The train has left the station and it's on the red carpet. It's attached to Heidi Klum. And then another one that's been happening for a while that has endured is people bark at their pets and see their responses.
I haven't seen that.
It's so funny. It's worth a Google. Get on Snapchat. I think it's a Snapchat filter because it does the bark for you, so it's convincing. So you kind of
okay.
copy it.
Gotcha, yeah,
And then the dogs do these crazy reactions like, what you talking about, Willis? They do all the eyeballs like Scooby-Doo. It's very, very funny. So have a Google of that.
You got a twitch in your eye as you did that. It was very authentic.
well-
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Well, look, I'm a method actor. I can be a bitch. And then the final one.
The other dog one that I like, which is it's over and done with now, but I saw it a bit too, is when you mention your dog's favourite. You pretend you're on the
I like
phone
that
and
one
you
too.
mention your dog's favourite things.
All the favourite words.
Yeah,
And then you
like,
pretend you're asleep.
like walk to
Yeah.
the beach, and the dog's going,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
Yeah, yeah.
And the German Shepherd, that his bags, it's like, what?
really?
Yeah, ex-sniffer dog. He knew what was going on. But the final one, that it's not new, but it is enduring, and I love it. It's bringing back the old school values of the dad being the protector of the mother, where, you know, kids have to show respect to their mother. And I've got a bit of audio. So basically, the kid they video it, the mum videos it, and the kid yells out, like, shut up to their mum after they've faked an argument.
Right.
To see the dad's
yeah, I've seen
reaction.
that, yeah.
The best ones are like the military dads who have come back. You respect your mother. Anyway, here's some audio.
Shut up, Mama. Dad, we're just joking. It's just a prank. It's just a prank.
Don't get your feet off the table.
Mom, shut up.
You don't tell your mother to shut up. You kidding me? Since when do you tell your mother to shut up? You know what? Get your bags, pack them, and get the hell out of my house.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. This is coming.
And don't come back down until it's done.
Okay, shut up!
Excuse you? Hey, come here now. Now! Get your ass down here.
So anyway, all the time the dads get up
me anxiety.
and they chase them. And everyone has to run. It's usually the cameraman's
What about-
running, going, no.
What about that kid who got kicked out of home?
Oh, you pack your
Pack your
bags.
bags, you're out.
You know what? I like that respect.
I love it.
Yeah, as a
Oh,
dad,
that
I
dad's
like
not
that
like that
response.
kid knows that listen,
Tell your
I'm
mum to
this
shut
far
up.
away from losing my head.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
I saw something pop up online yesterday, and that there are so many bizarre jobs out there that you can have that I didn't know existed. Like you can be a full-time snake milker. So you were full-time
Luttsy was.
Easy.
that time in Vegas and
was for-
every day since.
Hold. Kids still getting out of the car.
Oh, but
8:26.
well, you started it. I'm just talking about snake milkers and your little
He
faces.
started it. I just
Actually,
I'm the
Oh,
victim.
no, that's what you,
I'm the victim here. Anyway,
Anyway.
that's a good job though. No, it's a shit job. What am I talking about? It's a horrible job.
It'd be a dangerous
Dangerous
job,
job.
wouldn't
It would be rather dangerous. It was like when the big boy in Newcastle, the hybrid of a trapdoor and a huntsman became a thing, and they were asking people to bring them in because their anti-venom is like really powerful. So, yeah, that exists. But it got me thinking, and I started talking to Alicia about it yesterday, going, actually, we've had some weird ones in our family. Like when COVID happened, just prior, because I was in the jungle just before it happened, and I had a friend who was looking after Will for a week, and she bought him an ant farm. And then I came back and I'm like, oh, do you hate me, Jess? You've bought him this ant farm. Anyway, the ants started to die because it was, I don't know, it wasn't a very good ant farm. And my dad, being the way he is, very OCD and obsessive with new ventures, started researching it, and he redesigned a new ant farm for Will's ants. Then he went deeper and he realized that there's a whole culture in China where they collect ant farms and they have full ant apartments displayed in their house. This is a
I could
thing.
get around that.
So he kind
They're very
of
smart ants.
Oh, well, like a perspex thing.
yeah,
you
so
can
it's
see-
see-through, and
It's
you
like
can
a little
see them.
society.
And they even make them like
like art,
jungles
like art, but living
art.
Yes.
But you
And-
can also see where the ants choose to live and everything.
And it's fascinating watching their breeding cycle. Anyway,
Yeah.
he went a little deeper again, and he realised that the ants of the most value are the Australian bull ant, which Jeremy has discovered there are ample in our garden because he gets bitten by one of the bastards every time he's out working in the garden.
Have they got a sting on the bull ant? They do, don't
Yeah,
they?
it's quite nasty.
Is that what I'd call a green ant? Like what,
No, much
Is
bigger.
it different?
Oh, a bull
Bigger.
ant.
They're
Yeah.
much
Oh,
bigger.
yeah.
They're about an inch long.
Worse sting? Or worse?
Worsting, yes.
Green ants.
They're not like
hurt.
jumping jacks, though. Jumping jacks, you build up an intolerance. So, like, it may be the 5th time you get done by a jumping jack, and then you've got anaphylaxis.
Oh, I
that
just
builds up.
Right, the bull ants. It's a big boy. Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah,
They're big.
Yeah, they're big.
And the
Yeah.
breeding queen bull ants, they're even bigger, but they're also, as we worked out, worth $500 a pop.
What?
When you export them to China.
What, the queens?
The queens.
One ant's worth $500?
One ant.
Why are we all over this?
Well, because China have stopped it now. Because my dad
Trump.
ended up him and my 2 sons during COVID lockdown applied for a permit. There was only one licensed ant breeder. They got a permit. So our family became the 2nd licensed ant breeder in the country and exporter. So we were full-time ant collectors. Now, these guys are dangerous. And I've got Teddy, who was 5 at the time, I think, running around catching these big boys in test tubes. And they have the nuptial flight where they all fly at the same time if the barometer's dropped. And they all breed in the air, and then the men kind of drop dead. But they'd all hit our house because we'd built in the back of a quarry, an old quarry. So we'd have like thousands of dollars just arrive at the back door out of nowhere. And we'd call Dad and say, Dad, quick, come around. There's like 20 grand in the garden.
How good's that?
And we'd be running around, and then we had to keep them in our house. And my boys' bedroom was full of test tubes. It was like Breaking Bad in there. And in their sock drawers, like I'd go to put their socks in, and there's ants. There's just test tubes everywhere. And my kids were making thousands of dollars a week.
So you're actually doing it. You were actually
We actually did it.
exporting
That was our
ants.
family business.
Your kids were making thousands of bucks a week.
A week.
Exporting ants.
Exporting ants. So 13,
Is that
24,
ant
10.
trafficking? Is that ant trafficking?
Yes, it
We're
is.
getting a little ditty now.
Yeah. Well, no. Like the females, they're isolated. They're on their own. All
Right.
they need is a cotton bud with sugar water in the end of it, and they can live off that for months. And then because they've already been impregnated during the nuptial flight, they then breed and they start their own
Dangerous.
colony. They don't need a dude. So it's not Diddy at all because there's no dudes in the tube.
Okay.
But 13, 24, 10, do you have a
There's
weird
dudes
side hustle?
outside the tube, though. You guys, you're trafficking. I love it. I'm going to get involved in it.
Hey, look,
And it beats our other idea of just getting 500 AI OnlyFans models.
Oh, we were gonna
and
do
selling
that
them.
too.
That's our other. That's the other
That's
one.
our backup plan.
That's,
Like-
that's our backup plan.
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to solicit here. Not in a Diddy way.
Or an OnlyFans one.
No, all that. Mind you, there is good coin in that. Anyway,
No, that's our backup plan.
13, 24, 10. Do you have a bizarre side hustle or a job that's bizarre but is actually quite lucrative? I want to hear from the...
What? And is your backup plan, Luttsy, that you and Nikki are going to start an OnlyFans?
Yeah, but
Yes.
AI.
But the people aren't real, so there's no victims.
No, we've worked it all out. Our conscience is clear. Anyway, give us a bell.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Yeah,
So-
I'm talking about these side hustles.
Yeah.
Strange ones, which reminds me, I have one. It's my podcast, Toward the Games,
Here we go.
which today will release this afternoon will feature the greatest stadium designer in the world,
Clang.
Paul Henry from Populous. So if you
Oh, you've got the Populous dude
we
on.
got him, the
'Cause you've
greatest
been-
designer, Wembley, all the big ones.
Really?
That's my side hustle at the moment.
Well, you've got so many powerful connections, I must say.
This guy is inspirational.
Even the PM knew about your podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, only 7 people listen, but they're good people.
Yes,
They're important 7 people.
Anyway, that's my side hustle.
Well,
that's what we're talking.
That's not too weird, but it's a good one.
It's a good one. It was just a plug, really.
I was also telling you during the break how my dad's also a fish midwife, but we'll move
That's
on.
a great
to,
one. That's a great hobby.
Yeah.
I love
Just
that one.
Breeding fish from Lake Malawi and Lake
Yeah.
Tanganyika.
That's actually interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
It
But
is.
I want to hear what her side hustle is. Jessie.
Hey, how you going?
We're good. So what do you do, or is this someone you know?
It's my best friend, actually, so not myself, but I thought it would be on topic, and I thought I'd give a quick call.
So what does she do?
She's actually a snuggle therapist.
What?
I like that. Is she a golden retriever?
Oh, look, she may as well should be. No.
Who does she have to? Who does she snuggle? Like snuggle as in cuddle, or snuggle as in like? I can't whistle.
Just no, you're fine completely. That's
So,
honestly,
Jess, is it
she gets a
snuggle
lot of-
like a proper sort of just, going there for a cuddling session?
Yeah, 100%.
Or is there a little bit of,
No.
What about any? Any at all?
Does she cuddle R2D2?
Yeah, there'll be
Nothing
cuddling,
at
but
all.
on top
Okay.
of that,
Now, hang on. A cuddle therapist. Who does she cuddle, and
Yeah.
how does she turn a profit?
Look, I was only just with her last night and talking about it all because I've started up my own company and I needed some advertising ideas.
Yeah.
But yeah, she said she earns roughly about $2,000 on a good week, and she's just put out Google advertisements and Facebook advertisements to help bring in some more customers.
but who does she cuddle? Like, who are her
Just
customers?
randoms.
Anybody, yeah, randoms really. Anybody that may need some cuddles. Anyone that may need some attention.
Human touch.
Some people don't even want cuddles. Some
They just
people
wanna
may just
chat.
want to, hang out and chat. It's actually something I'd never heard. No, 100% not. Something I'd never heard of before her.
I've never heard
but
of it. I've never heard of that either.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd want to do it, except I don't cuddle people. But
You cut straight to the chase. Is that what you meant?
no,
Oh, sorry. What did you? No, you're not
implying.
No, I thought that's what you meant.
no,
Let's
I've
cut out the middleman here and let's go.
I look, foreplay is overrated.
Yeah.
No,
Jeremy doesn't like foreplay. You're on the record.
How would
so-
you know?
I don't know.
he told me.
Isolate that, just Luttsy. Jeremy doesn't like foreplay.
Not with me, though.
Yeah, he told me you love it. What's going on? Anyway, so
Well, that's
I think
interesting.
we're a little bit off topic.
A cuddle therapist. There you go. I've never heard of that.
That's a great
all right,
side
so you
hustle.
can just get on the Googs and look up a cuddle
Yeah.
therapist.
Would you mind if I plug her quickly?
Plug away.
Yeah.
If anyone wants or is interested, look up Snugglebug Holistic Therapy on Facebook or Google and she'll come straight up.
Can you claim it on Booper?
Probably.
Oh, I'm not too
It's
sure about that
holistic
one.
therapy. Now,
Yeah,
she needs
that's
to
an
get onto
interesting
that
question.
one. Anyway,
Yeah, that is an interesting one.
well, you learn something new every day. So let's see if, you find yourself single again, you can just call up Snugglepot and have a...
Snuggle-bugs.
Who doesn't need
Snuggle-bugs.
who doesn't need a good cuddle?
Me, I don't like them.
Exactly.
Except Nikki.
Yeah, I'm dead inside.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
He's got flowing long hair, so hot it isn't fair. Carrigan.
Hello, mate.
Hey guys, how you going?
Always
good.
lovely to
He-
see you.
He was hot when we wrote that 4 years ago.
Weathered
Yeah.
now.
Look at him
What do you
now.
think he's starting to look a bit weathered?
Looks like one of those guys from, those log trucker shows, out in Alaska.
Or the greatest catch.
Greatest catch.
They've been out
Just
crabbing
been on
for
a
like
trawler
months.
for 4 years.
Yeah, a bit of Yellowstone.
Trauma's accurate.
Bit of Yellowstone.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I could see you in a Yellowstone.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
start that gimmick? We had a guy from Father Wants a Root, whatever that show's
Jared,
called.
yeah.
And he was like, he came
Yes,
in like
ma'am.
the guy from Yellowstone, just like, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
He called me
Yes,
sir.
ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
He's from Stanthorpe.
Oh, really? Stanthorpe.
It's a 45-minute drive. I'm more country than him living in bloody Ascot.
All right, let's talk some footy, Paddy. Broncos in action. Let's start with that. Dragons on Sunday, and at this point, it's not desperation stakes, but it's vital that we get the train back on the track.
Yeah, it is for us. I think
Yep.
we've had a tough month. Fell off in a couple games, and this week Sunday crowd, Suncorp. Going to be a lot of families there, which is always good to see, to be honest, because I miss early footy games. And,
My family's going to be there,
Are
so
they?
we need a win, please.
yes, no, we'll look after you. So
That'd
Sunday,
be great. Thank you.
The Dragons have been going pretty good too. They've missed
Yeah.
out, but they're competing hard. So
Yeah,
it'll
well,
be a
that's
good game.
it. They're hanging in there, and they're probably one of those teams too that at the start of the season, most Brisbane fans would sit down and go, "That's 2 points we need to get."
Yeah, there's that many St. George. It's like St. George and Para in Brisbane. That many fans that live here or like look forward to this game. So I'm sure it'll be a massive crowd there. But yeah, 2 points we need.
The other side of it too is it's the last chance for a host of players this round to impress before the Origin teams are named, because the Origin teams are named on
Monday. 9
Wait,
a.m.
are they not locked and loaded already? Like, I
No,
know
they-
we haven't had the announcement. Are they waiting till the last minute?
Yeah.
A week and a half out. 9 days out?
Yeah, so traditionally
Yeah.
the Origin teams go into camp on like the Monday, like 10 days before.
Yeah,
But they don't
right.
name them until
So they could be changing last minute,
Well,
depending
they
on.
could be
spots
injuries,
up for
Nikki.
grabs.
That's true. That's
Yep.
true. You could get a gammy ankle or something. Yeah.
Yep. Have you
Touch
been
wood.
talking to Billy this year? Like, do you have much communication with Billy?
Yeah, here and there. He's good.
Yeah.
But like I said, every spot's up for grabs. He kind of just tells you like little things you're doing well, little things to work on, or that sort of thing. But to be honest, he leaves you alone as well. Like, just lets you play for your clubland, and but he's big on like habit areas. So if you're playing good footy, then that speaks for itself.
So
And if
he's
you're not-
noticing like what's a habit area? What is
just
that?
like effort area is very. I think if you just think of Melbourne Storm and the way they played in the day and what they were so good at, just those little things. So whether you do like kick chase as well, or all the little things that Queenslanders is synonymous for, I don't know.
Just putting yourself in the position.
Your Ruben Cotters.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
look
yeah,
at Ruben
yeah.
Cotter
The hard
and just
work,
think,
the hard work. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that the Bellamy was. Did you see him in in his coaching box? They're up like 36-0 after 20,
They won by 60, didn't
24
they?
minutes, and he's screaming at the players
I know.
after a drop ball. So those things you're talking about, those just relentlessly, making sure
crazy,
guys
yeah.
keep doing their job.
I seen little Harry Grant too, like trying to make him smile in the box.
I mean,
64-0.
But seriously, like if you can't crack a smile when your team's winning 64-0, then like can you ever be impressed?
It can't be good for you. Like, in Magic Round,
Why would you want to be a
Can you imagine?
coach?
I sat 2 boxes away from Bellamy, like in a corporate area,
Hmm.
and it's just like, imagine sitting in the room with him. They just sit there going, "Don't look at me, don't hurt me, don't hurt me." Like, it's just intense.
So is he terrifying or is he just poker face?
Pretty terrifying. No, it's
Not
terrifying.
poker face.
No, okay, he is terrifying.
He's screaming. At one stage, he just went to the back of the room, I presume, just to go, "Ah!" and just scream and swear 18 times, then go back to the seat.
But then when you see him talk, when he when he's not in the coach's box,
Yeah.
he actually seems like a great bloke, doesn't he? Like
Yeah.
he just seems like a really nice guy and
Pretty calm, and he just sort of talks like this.
real authentic and genuine. Yeah.
Caring. I think
Yeah.
he's really all the boys love him there as well.
Yeah, they do. They love him, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, he's just passionate.
Yeah.
Just very,
He's
very
aggressive.
passionate.
Super passionate.
He's like me.
Obsessive is the
He's like he's exactly like you, Nikki.
Obsessive.
Yeah, I'm like
You're
that in
good for a
traffic.
blow-up.
Yeah,
You can have a
I'll
blow-up.
blow up at anyone who pulls down a tree.
Hey, Women's Origin tonight, Game 2. New South Wales can wrap it up here at home. It's going to be a tough one for our girls.
It will. The girls were in the same position last year, but so
Yeah, true.
I'm looking forward to it.
Geez, they pulled it out of the fire, didn't they? That was
I think
Lazarus
she
stuff.
kicked, Lauren Brown kicked a field goal last year to win it.
And they were gone. I mean, in that
Wet,
second,
yeah.
remember
Yeah,
that?
Newcastle.
I remember that. Yeah,
We've
yeah,
written
yeah.
them off.
Torrential rain.
That was Origin to a T.
Hey, Paddy, mentally, what do you find is better coming in, being behind, and are you more motivated by being behind, or are you more motivated when you're kind of on a winning streak? You personally, like coming into Sunday's game, are you more motivated to win now?
Probably, yeah. Given
Yeah,
given
okay.
the results, yeah. I think it's always nice to not be behind. I'll definitely say that. You're not as stressed, but yeah, you're definitely more motivated to make amends, I'd say. So the girls will be flying into everything tonight.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, and on Sunday, got to mention Ezra. Ezra is back. So how's he been fitting in? Because even though he hasn't been playing, I imagine he would have been training with the team. So
Trey's good for South Logan.
Oh, mate.
I think that fullback's still on the ground now.
Seriously. That was off the crap. That was off the kickoff.
Oh, no, was it really?
It was off the kickoff.
I didn't even know that.
He caught it, made a break, and see you later. So,
Oh.
it's exciting. He's had 10
he
weeks.
put that kid in the dirt.
Oh,
Bang!
Clydesdales. He's working on the cotton farms during the week and then coming up against Ezra on the weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like, I don't need this.
Yeah. Put him
On
back
his
in,
saw
put
and
him back in the
I don't
NRL.
need
But he's
this.
good to go. And he's right.
Yeah, he is good. Mate, he's had 10 weeks of just training flat
Yeah.
out. So, from a footy point of view, he's ready to go. So,
And you stand at prop, everyone says you're a bit, lock, prop, all this stuff. You just ask all the hard questions.
tell you what, I feel like I'm going to press with Pete Goodell.
Here's his answer. I'll just play my role. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just happy being part of the team.
part of the team. Pat Carrigan. Rip in, mate. You're going good. So, you're going good. Let's get some more wins up there.
No, we need it. We need it.
We do.
Strengthen that spot on the 8.
Go get him, mate.
Yeah!
Thanks, guys.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Queensland! It's a miracle! Oh, yeah! Access All Origin.
Cheer on the Mighty Maroons as they take on New South Wales. All thanks to Shell V-Power, fueling Queenslanders.
Just 2 more spots in this week's draw. Tomorrow we are upgrading. There'll only be 5 people in the draw, and someone gets upgraded to Access All Origin.
God, I hope it's a Queenslander.
Oh, no.
I'm
Someone
like
slipped through the
yesterday.
cracks. Yeah.
That was outrageous.
Well, we pick it out of a hat.
I know.
We have to. It's T's and C's.
We do not discriminate, but we discriminate once we find out you're from New South Wales.
We discriminate if you don't pick up tomorrow within 5 rings.
Yes, you've got to be listening. Do not miss that. How
Come on,
unpopular
surely.
would you be if you missed out on that? Oh,
You've already promised the tickets to somebody,
Yes.
Someone's already coming along.
Matt out of Bellbird Park. You were the first caller through, my friend. Matt.
Hey, guys. G'day, Matt.
You won a double silver pass to State of Origin Game 1, Wednesday, 28 of May, Suncorp Stadium.
Amazing. Thanks, guys. Love your work.
You a bit excited, Matt?
Just a little bit.
And you're cheering on the Mighty Maroons, yeah?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What we're talking about.
We can like you.
Yeah.
That's good. Yay. Who are you going to
No,
take?
that's awesome. I don't know yet. I don't know if my wife will want to come or if I've got to try and find someone else.
Got to try and find someone.
use it as
Matt's just got a
my
lot
phone
of
will blow up
texts.
after this, I'm sure. So,
Yeah.
Make sure you get something out of it, buddy.
Just make sure you know who your real friends are, Matt.
yeah. That's awesome, guys. Thank you. Appreciate
And
it.
don't forget to listen tomorrow because we're doing the draw for the back.
Oh,
I was going to call
I'll
it
be on
backstage
it.
pass. That's not what you
well,
call
well
it.
done,
it is a
Matt.
backstage
and make
pass.
sure you are listening tomorrow. That would be
Amongst other
tragic,
things.
as you were saying, Nikki, if you didn't answer that and you miss out on all those exclusive upgrades that we've got. Now,
I'll be on it.
All right, good. Now, are we moving on from that, Mitch, to what was some big news yesterday that happened when we were sitting around at the meeting?
Oh, yeah. One of our own has been listed in the most eligible bachelor rankings.
I'm looking at the Canadians
in the
right now
paper.
to see what they think of
My
this.
Charlotte's face, she's like, who? What? Him?
Why the silly face, Charlotte? It's not my fault the newspaper found the 40 most eligible people. Bachelor and bachelors, girls as
and
well.
you were listed in the
So
top
it's top,
10.
it's top 20 dudes, really.
You were in the top 10, though. You were listed.
What are you laughing at, Charlotte? It's not that ridiculous. Taylor's not laughing.
She hasn't met you without the moustache.
No, the moustache got me across the line, I reckon.
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Before we talk more about me, just quickly, toward the games, my podcast with Chris Jones. We're doing one this morning straight after this
But
show.
this is still about you.
I know, that's the irony. We're talking today to Paul Henry. This guy is the best stadium designer in the world. If you've sat in a stadium in Australia or internationally, a big one, he probably built it.
Tell us
this
some of
guy
them.
is a guru. In Australia, little Seabus on the coast, Suncorp Stadium, the redevelopment of the MCG 2005, Wembley Stadium in England.
He built Wembley.
He's the design and key guy for most of the great
What's
stadiums we
his
know.
name?
Paul Henry. And he'll be sitting in your seat, actually, in about half an hour.
I hope
And
he
that-
likes Diamontes.
yeah, well, that's a good point. Because your microphone looks ridiculous.
I've bedazzled it.
So, yeah, then that'll be out this afternoon toward the game. So make sure you check that out, particularly around Brisbane 2032. Anyway, enough
Meanwhile,
about me.
Let's talk about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're a hot eligible bachelor according to the Courier Mail.
Sizzling singles, I think, was the term for Southeast Queensland, the top 40 sizzling
have you got
singles.
the article there, mate? Because you were reading it yesterday.
I love the way they print it. They don't even check if you are single. They just
That's a good point. I did find one person that said they're not single that we know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
My ex.
Oh, she's not single.
That's what I reckon. Yeah.
That's what they're saying, though.
Yeah.
Well, she was named as one of the...
Yeah, she's in it. Yeah.
Wow, they're really just spinning stuff, aren't they?
Well, ease up. It's a serious thing.
Now, where did you place in
they're not specific with numbers, but it's listed, and I'm high on the list. I haven't got it here right now.
Is that a 40s?
Number one. Yeah, here he goes. Come on. This was our meeting yesterday. Him going, this is the way that it goes. Is it Reece Walsh first? And
Reece Walsh was high.
Read it out.
Reece Walsh was high on the list.
Yeah.
He's still trying to find the list.
I was hoping someone else would drive this so I didn't look so self-serving for me.
No, this is more fun.
We just want to replay exactly what happened in the
you know
meeting
what?
yesterday.
Scott Tweedy's on the line. Now, Scott's probably in LA right now. He was also on the list. The great Scott Tweedy. You there, Scotty?
I am. I can't believe I'm calling you guys about this topic.
Yeah, well,
you're one of the sexiest singles in
Southeast Queensland.
I'll tell you what,
Robert Irwin's number one.
Oh, that's right. Robert Irwin was number one. Then I think it went Reece.
Then it goes. Okay.
Yes.
Then it goes Reece Walsh.
Yep.
Tweedy's at number 3. You're at number 3, Scott. Congratulations.
You're number 3 seed for the whole of Queensland, mate.
People want to twiddle the Tweedy.
It feels like this is paid media, and all my friends are putting into this fund to try and get it out there to get me number 3 on the list. And well done. I tilt my hat to them. Here's the thing. I'm in LA at the moment, so I wake up to. Well, it was actually in the afternoon, and it's like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. It's your morning there. And I start getting these texts. It's like, oh, mate, it's in the Courier Mail. And I was like, oh, gosh, oh, no, what have I done? Please tell me. And then they're like, yeah, but you're up as an eligible bachelor or, a single.
Sizzling single,
The funny thing is they don't even check. They don't even check this, but I am actually single.
I know. That. And also, you're not in Brisbane either, really. You're kind of based in LA.
Yeah, but he's
a
back
Queensland
It's long distance dating, though.
He hosts Australian Idol. He's back
but
here
if you're going to read the local rag and go, oh, he's single, and then realise it's going to be a FaceTime only sort of thing.
Tweety, then it goes Hugh McCluggage from the Lions in 4th.
McCluggage. Imagine having that as a surname.
Jaden Campbell from the Titans coming in 5th.
I want to check in McCluggage.
Lincoln Lewis.
Company.
Oh, Mitch's brother Lincoln's at number, whatever we're up to, number 7.
Yeah, but he's an actor.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. He's just hot. Like,
well, where did you come
what does that mean?
Then Lee Castledine. What does that mean? Then Lee Castledine, who we know he's a hunk of spunk, that guy. And then me. So I'm top 10.
Oh, wow.
And
before you get to what it says about you, everybody else that you've mentioned on that list, it'll go like Robert Irwin, 21.
Yeah.
Lincoln Lewis, 36 or whatever.
There's no age
with Luttsy.
Tweedy's 37. I didn't know that.
There's no age given for David.
Peter Pan. He's been running around in Never Never Land all these years.
And Scotty, it says the actual quote is, Luttsy is of the opinion that prioritising self-love will help romance blossom.
Which sounds like
what does that mean?
You're a wanker.
Sounds like I'm a wanker. What does it say for you?
That's perfect. All right, Luttsy, give us your 15-second elevator pitch. Why should someone listening date you? Go.
Great question.
Do it.
Yeah, go.
I'm very funny, Scott, and I make people feel better by my actions, and also
love your mum.
I'm all in, and I love my mum.
Yeah.
Oh, don't help him out.
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't.
Thank you.
Your red flag.
What's my red flag?
Your red flag is you wake up too early. You're on breakfast radio. That is the worst person to date, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want that.
Actually, Jeremy would concur with you. He's so upset that I disturb him every morning.
He calls you Australia's prank king, more like wank king.
You're the one full of self-love, mate.
He's busy flying over Australia to host massive one-off parties. I must admit, I went to that bloody thing you did at the Tivoli, and I couldn't believe it. You were like a cult hero status. I think most of the girls there knew you when you were 12 on some TV show, but you're still living it out.
It was good to see you and Nancy and some of the other Nova team. The best part, I keep saying this every time I come on your radio show, my best mates in Australia all come from Nova Brisbane. That's the thing. It's just all, they brew them well there.
They do indeed. And look at us now. Look at us shine now. Sizzling single, Scotty. And I'll see you in LA in July, where we can have a beer over our success.
So clearly Nova's paying for this list.
All right. Well, I'm really sad, guys. Can I go and cry in my car now?
The Ash, Luttsy and Nikki Osborne podcast.